going on, guys? This is a video you guys have all been wanting, and it's over Drop Shot. Before I go into further more details, I want to see who's an active subscriber, so go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. I'm trying to see who's actually subscribed rather than just fans that are coming to watch my video from my other social media sites. So if you're subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. It supports me, motivates me to keep making these videos, so please do so. You can also comment below if you would like. I'm going to go ahead and go over it, and I'm going to actually retie it. I'm going to cut it off and everything. I just have a regular Mojo, and the reason why I'm showing this combo is because the price on it's phenomenal. So I know pretty much mostly everyone can afford it. I have a few combos, but this is just the Mojo Bass Drop Shot rod, so it's fairly inexpensive. It's around the 90 buck range. So most of you guys can afford it, and the reel on there is only around 35-40 bucks, and that's Abu Garcia or a spinning reel. So as you can tell, I have it on braid. I have it on 20-pound braid, and this is very important that you guys are going to need to know. What we're doing is we're tying a uni to uni knot, because you're going to want fluorocarbon. You're not going to want to be dropping the braid down on them. So the fluorocarbon, you're going to need to pair it up right. So I recommend 20-pound braid and 10-pound to uni knot to 10-pound fluorocarbon. If you go like to uni knot 12-pound fluorocarbon, what it actually do is that fluorocarbon will cut through the braid. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's just how it is. The uni to uni knot will not stay tight and everything, and it just cut right through. So that's why pairing it up is so important. So I recommend 20-pound braid and 10-pound fluorocarbon. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright guys, so what I got, like I said, I got the 20-pound braid, which is right here. That's a 20-pound braid. And I got 10-pound fluorocarbon. Got around 12 foot of line for the fluorocarbon. And then the braid's already spooled on the reel. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to try to explain this to you. I don't know if it's going to work out on this video, but if it doesn't, then I can totally make another video with like a rope or something thick where I can actually show you and you guys can see, because I don't think you're going to be able to see this. So what you're going to do, see how you have that end of the fluorocarbon with the braid. I'm going to go ahead and start over. See, here's the braid, here's the fluorocarbon. And you're going to want to line them up like so. Alright? That's probably a little too long, so there you go, like that. And first, you're going to take the one end, which this is the fluorocarbon end, and it's just like a uni knot. So you're going to wrap it around. Like that. And you're going to, if you've tied a uni knot, then you know what to do from here. You just go in the knot. Wrap it around 5 times. I'm not going to tighten that down all the way, but do the same thing on the other side. Right there. Now you're going to want to wet your line. And this is where most people mess up. If you're going to cinch it down, then what it's going to do is it's going to put so much pressure on it, it's just going to break. Or it might not break right now, but it might break when you're hooking a fish. So you're going to want to go very slow. Right there. Make sure it's tight and everything. There you go. So then you have your braid right here. It fades into your fluorocarbon. So now what you're going to do is just cut your taggings. I don't cut them too short, just to be safe. So you're going to want to leave a tad, as you can tell right there. So there you have your uni to uni knot right there. And I cut this down, or I take a lot of line off to start off with, but that doesn't mean, for the fluorocarbon, that doesn't mean that I'm going to need it that long. It all depends on what type of a rod you're using. Right here on the Mojo Bass, as you can see, the eyelids are a little more open, you know, so the uni knot can can fully go through there without kind of fraying it or ticking it or any type of deal where it would want to break the line. But then if I have like a micro guide rod, then you're going to want to make your fluorocarbon a little bit shorter. So what we'll do is, I'm not going to do it on this one because I know the Mojo Bass is alright. It's alright for the Mojo Bass, but tighten this down. You don't want it to go through your eyelids where the uni to uni knot is. So let's go ahead and reel up some of the braid. There you go, the uni knot's about at the end of the pole. And take the fluorocarbon. Say, all right, that's where you're gonna want it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go cut it right there. And I would say that's about 3.5 to 4 foot leader. And that's for if you're using micro guides. That's just a quick tip because it can really mess you up. It messed me up during a tournament. I wasn't thinking. It was actually on World Finals. I went to hook set a fish and it just broke me off, and I was wondering why, and then I was thinking, oh, it's because of that uni to uni knot spraying through my eyelids, and you're just not thinking about it. Here guys, just a little quick tip right there. So micro guides, shorter. If you have a regular rod where you think it can go through right, then you can just use a longer leader for your fluorocarbon. So next part is the hook. The hook I'm using is just one of these Trokar drop shot hooks. Simple as it gets. Got mine at Oakwood Bait and Tackle. So that's the hook I'm using, which is pretty great. And it all depends what I'm going to be doing. If I'm going to be dropping more in brush, sometimes I'll use like a rebarb hook, which is what I had on at the moment. This is a rebarb hook. As you can tell right there, it has the barb, or the rebarb at the top. Those are good as well. But if I'm just lip hooking it, these Trokar drop shot hooks work pretty well. And the weight I'm using, I like the circle weights more than just the regular ones like that. I prefer these. I feel like it drops faster. Just personal preference. I'm gonna use a pretty heavy one if I'm in the wind, because if you're drop shot in that 30-foot water, you don't want your boat, even if your boat's pushing around and everything, you want to be able to stay on those fish. Starting off with tying the hook on, the only knot I really tie is a uni knot. I'll be sure to make a video on it. Most of you guys are going to tie the polymer knot, which that's totally fine. You can tie that. But personal preference, I like the uni knot. You got me saying uni to uni knot now. So you're going to want to pull a decent bit of line out because you're going to want that tag end to be long because you're going to want to put that weight on. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie my basic uni knot. I'll be sure to make a video on the uni to uni knot, or uni knot, because I definitely think it's the best knot out there. There's some studies showing at some line companies to show what knot was the best. So alright, I got my tag in right here. As you can tell, it's fairly long. I got my hook right here tied onto my pole. This is one of the most important steps. You're going to want to get your tag in. Take your tag in. Go back through the eyelid. And why am I doing this? If you don't go through the eyelid, your hook can be facing sideways, it can be facing down. If you go through the eyelid, what it's going to do is your hook's going to stay. All you're simply going to do is just drag it back through. So as you can tell right there, you see how the hook's pointing straight up? That's exactly what you want. If your hook's pointing sideways or if it's pointing down, you did something wrong. But if you put the line back through, what it's going to do is it's going to keep that hook pointing up, and that's exactly what you want. It's perfect right there. So lastly, I'm going to throw on the weight. I'm going to cut my leader for my weight a little bit shorter to about 1.5 feet, 2 foot. Put that on real quick. You can either just put it on or you can tie it on. And for you guys that don't really lake fish and you're saying this is probably not useful to me, I would totally use this in a pond. Drop shot's great for a pond, guys. Really, really great. So don't think it's not. Alright, so tie my weight on there. Cut that a little bit shorter. There you go, guys. That's my drop shot rig right there. I got about 1.5 foot leader from the weight there. And just depending on where the fish are staged, I can cut it. I might run it a little bit shorter later on in the day. Like I could put it about right there to be good as well. But as you can tell, this is how you know you've done it successfully. Is your hooks straight up, course your weight's at the bottom, but just be sure to put your line back through. That's a very important step. There you go, guys. There's a drop shot rig right there. It's looking pretty solid. On, like I said, my Mojo Bass drop shot rod, which is really great. If you guys are on a budget, definitely really great rod to have. I actually own two of them. And then my reel is a Aura S by Abu Garcia, and that's really great on cost as well. So if you guys are just wanting an overall inexpensive combo, this is definitely a great combo, and this is the one that I love. I mean, it's really inexpensive and you can't go wrong with it. So I'm gonna stop rambling, guys. Let's go catch some fish.